Just gonna let it rip. Alright. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards suck. Okay? I looked at the. I took one glance at the romance category and they didn't even nominate the best romance anime of the entire season, and instead they had two fucking shows in there that were terrible. So I had to make my own ones. Also, I think they had stuff like Chainsaw Man and all that shit in there. For me, rule, okay, if it's in consideration, at least one episode has to have aired this year, all right? No Chainsaw Man, no the Rock, none of that, okay? So let's get into it. Also, obviously, I haven't watched every show. There are some notable exceptions on here, for example, Frieren, Sousou no Frieren, still airing, so I still haven't started it because I want to binge it. Same with Kusuriya no Hitorigoto, Apothecary Diaries, that's what it's called, right? Also haven't watched a single episode of that. Want to binge that eventually when it all airs. There are also other shows that I haven't watched. Dr. Stone, the latest season, etc., etc. So, yeah, I haven't watched everything, but I watched a good amount, okay? I just counted. It was like 40 shows. I watched 40 shows this year, just around. And I'm just talking seasonal, okay? So, there's lots of stuff in here. So, let's not waste any time and jump into the first category, which is obviously Hottest MILF of the Year. And I'm telling you, this one had some hot contenders. I mainly wrote down Hahari from 100 Girlfriends and Suzume's auntie from Suzume. I know that movie technically came out 2022, but come on. Which one of you guys actually watched it 2022? We watched it this year. But the winner, at the end of the day, will be Your Forger, who actually got to have her own little arc this season of Spy Family, which was great. Not that she got the award for that, she just got it for being the hottest. But yeah, I appreciated that they finally actually let her go out there and kill people instead of just waifuing her up and completely ignoring the fact that she's an assassin. Even though Best Guy ever made a video about why that's actually bad for the story, and I actually agree, but I thought it was entertaining. So, all right, next category I call the soon-to-be-forgotten gem. Okay, which what I mean by that is a show that, you know, was good, that came out this year, but if someone starts watching anime in 5 years, they're not gonna go back and be like, nobody's gonna go back and tell them, hey, you have to watch this show, dude. That shit that came out 2023, you have to watch it. Okay, so no Oshinoko, no Vinland Saga, none of that shit. That will be passed on to future generations. Okay, but I want to shout out Isekai Horo Meshi. Okay, it's a shitty isekai show about cooking, but it was really enjoyable. It was, if you like Yuru Camp, I feel like you might really enjoy this. Obviously, there's like fantasy isekai bullshit going on, and that was all good too. I really enjoyed it. Now you might be saying, but CD, it's season 2 was already announced. Season 2 is coming out, so it's not gonna be forgotten. Yeah, but come on, who's gonna watch season 2? People that already watched season 1. Again, nobody's gonna go back in 5 years and be like, bro, you gotta watch Isekai Horo Meshi. Somebody's gotta tell you to watch it. I'm telling you right now, go watch it. It's a good show to just chill out, and very enjoyable. All right, next category, best opening / ending. I put this one in the same category, opening and ending, because the same show won the award. So we're just gonna put them together. And there may be one obvious choice that you have in your head, which is Oshinoko, right? Idol was literally my most listened to song on Spotify last year, but actually a different show won this year. Because to me, the winner is Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. I actually gave a positive award to Jujutsu Kaisen. Why? By the way, Ao no Sumika and Akari, so the Hidden Inventory arc, openings and endings. Which, first of all, I gave the award to because they're just really good songs. Okay, I really enjoy them, listened to them a bunch of times. But the main reason I gave was Jujutsu Kaisen the award is because it desperately needs those openings and endings to make the show better. Okay, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff in Jujutsu Kaisen going on. They never give time to any of the characters and any of the backstory. They never give any of the time for the characters to bond. Okay, we all remember this fiasco in season 1 where they're like, you're going to this new magical school now. Here are your fucking Sasuke and Sakura, your friends you're gonna hang out with. Actually, Yuji is fucking dead in episode 3. Dead like every other fucking character in just shitty ass show. I want to clarify that when I put the air quotes on characters actually dying, I didn't mean that I, don't think anyone in Jujutsu Kaisen ever actually fucking dies, because then all the manga readers would come crawling out of their hole and be like, if only he knew, as if you motherfuckers haven't been spoiling the manga left, right, and center anyways. And it wasn't, everyone didn't already know who's gonna die eventually in the future. But I mean, it's either that, where they bait people dying and it doesn't actually happen, like with Ichichi in season 2, or the characters that do actually die are just super fucking lame and I don't give a single shit about them. Or, the third option, which I think happens the most often, is that the characters just die in really lame ass ways. Like, I'm explaining in a second with Nanami, or Nobara also, who for some reason didn't dodge Mahito's attack, even though she definitely saw him coming. And for some reason also they showed Mahito just decided to make her eye explode a little bit, I guess, instead of killing her just like everyone else who he did so far by making them fucking explode basically. And then they also introduced that guy who can like stop wounds. But apparently she's dead for real now, and she just got like a fucking backstory told 1 second before she dies, which is like, okay, great. Like, am I supposed to feel worse about her dying now? Because I definitely don't. Yeah, the deaths in Jujutsu Kaisen, I think, are just in general handled very poorly. Except ones like fucking Nanami that might as well have died in fucking season 1, might as well have been killed by Mahito. Would have made zero difference on this story. What did Nanami still do after not being killed by Mahito? Okay, whatever. We're not talking about the characters. We're talking about the opening and ending. All right. So yeah, Yuji dead. Oops, no bonding time for the characters. But all of a sudden, Nobara literally says, "I don't care about it." When Maki comes up to her, "I don't care about this fucking guy. I only knew him for like 2 days," and then cries. And then Yuji comes back. They're all besties. Everyone has great synergy. Blah blah blah. The author always just wants to write everyone like they already have great synergy, but never put in the work to actually give the characters like moments together. Like, I remember I rewatched season 1 last year. There was this Jujutsu Sampo, like, the thing they do after the endings where they do like chibi animations and they make shitty jokes and shit. I remember there was this one Jujutsu Sampo where Megumi made like some sort of meatball or some shit, and then somebody asked Megumi, "Who told you to make these? These are really delicious." And he was like, "Man, Yuji taught me how to make these." That was when Yuji was still dead. And I was just sitting there in front of my PC like, damn. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see Yuji teaching Megumi how to fucking make some dumbass meatballs, okay? Just for any bonding moment. I just need a crumb of that, okay? And the openings and endings of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, the first two, they really had that, okay? They had that in the animation. We saw Gojo and Shoko and fucking Geto. There were Nanami and Haibara, I think was the other guy's name who died. Who cares? We saw them actually hanging out. Okay, they went to the arcade. They went eating together. The massaging shoulder shit, all that stuff that was in there. We actually gave the characters time to hang out. I really enjoyed that. And then obviously, if you also read the what the lyrics mean of the opening and the ending, the opening is kind of like from Gojo's perspective, the ending's from Geto's perspective. Blah blah blah. It's cool for the story. It actually gives the story some meat, which Jujutsu Kaisen desperately needs, because it's just a fucking ability explaining fuckfest otherwise. Okay. So yeah, really good ending, really good opening. The songs are good. The animation is good. It adds to the story with its lyrics, with its visuals. Beautiful. Oh, and really important, Oshinoko, the opening, gave spoilers, okay, who were gonna be the band members for the eventual idol group that they were gonna form. No spoilers in Jujutsu Kaisen opening and ending, so another big plus point. Can you see this? I'm so fucking not used to having notes on paper instead of having to go back and look at my fucking PC all the time. Now, next category, most overhyped show. I know what you might be thinking, oh, he's gonna keep shitting on Jujutsu Kaisen. No, okay. Jujutsu Kaisen, I just talked about it, we're done. No more for Jujutsu Kaisen. I have to talk about another show, which pissed me the fuck off so badly, that it was so overhyped. It was so bad. And I'm talking about fucking Blue Lock. This piece of shit anime. First of all, okay, I'll give it that. Character designs look good. The art looked consistent and good most of the time. Consistent most of the time. Yes, I know. Okay. But people were saying Blue Lock has good animation. Do you know what fucking animation means? This anime is literally a fucking slow-mo slideshow, and I hate it. I'm probably gonna fucking blend in some footage of the show right now. Watch Blue Lock sped up, okay? And tell me, I'm just gonna put on some random fucking scene, first thing that I click on. And tell me that it isn't just characters moving in slow motion, explaining things to themselves in their head. Hair might be waving around a little bit, but they're just, at the end of the day, it's just emotion like this. Character inner monologue. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody fucking cares about this shit. And then also, the main character, Isagi, who is supposed to kind of have the same superpower as Ashito from Aoashi, which is a way better fucking show. Aoyashi's goated. Okay, read Aoyashi the manga instead of reading fucking Blue Lock, the piece of shit. Which is supposed to be that he's so smart and he has such good vision and intellect. And then this motherfucker, at what is he, like 15, 16, 17 years old, figures out, oh my god, when I play football, I can shoot the ball directly, guys! Oh my god, yo! It's so fucking stupid. Or he never even, in all of his years of playing football, not a single time has this motherfucker thought about what he's good and bad at? What? I can't take this shit seriously. He's supposed to be this fucking five-head, all brainy guy character. And then they just make him look like the biggest idiot on the planet. Hate the show. Blue Lock sucks. Moving on. Okay, while recording this video, I actually forgot to mention one extra category that I had, which was biggest comeback of the year. Because there were two shows that I definitely wanted to talk about. Like I said, I really, really, really didn't like Vinland Saga Season 1. And Season 2, when that came out, really surprised me because I started, after a few episodes, really looking forward to it every week. And it just ended up being a really solid show. Like, there's still some aspects of it that annoyed me. Like, early in the beginning, there were some cringe moments with Thorfinn saying this bullshit line of like, oh man, nothing ever good happened to me in my life. And I'm like, motherfucker, I saw how you grew up until you were 8 years old. Even if we were to just discard everything that happened after Thor's death and everything as completely negative, even though, Askeladd is one of the most popular anime characters of the past couple of years, right? So I'm sure a lot of people in general would disagree with that. But just his childhood, even we saw this motherfucker had a good time growing up in this little village in Iceland, okay? And then the ending, I personally also thought it was the conflict got resolved a little bit easily at the end. But I was talking to my friend about it. He thought, oh no, it might be realistic. I can imagine this happening. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I guess this could technically happen, and then the citizens are all fine with it too, and just turns out to be in Knut's favor instead of working against him. Sure, I guess I accept that, but yeah, a lot of really cool stuff happened in Vinland Saga Season 2. So thumbs up for making one of the greatest anime comebacks I've ever seen in my life. From me absolutely hating a show to me actually looking forward to watching it every week. And the other show that I was going to put into this category was Danmachi. Danmachi Season 4 aired last year, 2023. And Jesus Christ, originally, I watched the first 2 seasons of Danmachi when they were airing. And then, Season 2 was really weak. And before Season 3 came out, a lot of the light novel readers were saying that they skipped some content from the light novel. And you're actually going to have to read up on what they skipped and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what, after Season 2 was so weak, I'm just gonna skip out on Danmachi from now on. I'm just not gonna watch it. And then as Season 4 was airing, my friend was begging me, he's like, bro, you have to watch Danmachi, it's so fucking good this season. So eventually I was like, okay, so I caught up on Season 3, watched Season 4, and goddamn was he right. Season 4 was really amazing with them like trying to get out of the deep floors, this dungeon that's way above the level that the two characters are right now. And seeing that was just really exciting and really good. I don't think I've seen anything similar, quite super similar to this, where they're in like the survival situation in a lot of anime. And maybe I'm just like blanking right now. That might also be the case. But it was actually so good that it made me rewatch Danmachi to like really get a feeling of how good each of the seasons were. And Season 1 was solid. Season 2 was fucking garbage, especially during the end, where they just, with the Haruhime stuff, where they basically just ruined the entire point of the whole arc they were talking about with that entertainment district or red light district or whatever. It's like, she wasn't actually a prostitute, she was just thinking that. Bro, we just spent a whole fucking arc of like 6 episodes discussing that Belle is having some moral problems with saving her because she's a prostitute and she will only bring his downfall. Jesus, it's so fucking dumb. And then Season 3 was kind of, it was okay, I guess. And Season 4 just randomly comes out absolutely swinging. I'm looking forward to what Season 5 is gonna bring. I don't know. At this point with Danmachi, you never know what kind of quality you're gonna get. Next category, biggest flop. Okay, I'm trying to. We're shitting on some shows here in a row. Okay, but actually don't really want to shit on the show. That's why I called the category biggest flop, because I actually was really excited for it. I wanted to see it because it was an adaptation of my favorite game of all time, Nier Automata. Okay, got an anime with good animation. I like the ending cards with the puppets and all that shit. But to this day, I still haven't finished Nier Automata, the anime, because of all this fucking release bullshit that was going on in A1 Pictures. This also affected Zom 100, which I just watched like 2 weeks ago, finally. Because of all this release bullshit, this affected Kubo-san, which, Kubo-san just got completely murked because it came out with Bokuyaba the next season. And why the fuck would you watch Kubo-san if Bokuyaba exists? Ooh, actually, for the hottest MILF category, I could have put on Kubo-san's sister with the red hair, with the red short hair. Fuck! Well, you know about it now. That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. Anyway, so yeah. Because of all this release bullshit, I still haven't watched Nier Automata, the anime, even though this is my favorite game of all time, mainly because of the story. Also, there's lots of stuff. The music, the gameplay, oh my god, it's such a good fucking game. And I also think Season 2 has been announced, so it wasn't even done in all in one go. Grammar. So yeah, I just want to give a quick message to that. Fucking Nier Automata, man, I was excited for it to come out, but unfortunately, it kind of flopped in my eyes. Alright, next category, best voice acting. Which is kind of my thing because I like voice acting, but at the same time, I know nothing about voice acting. I'm not trained in anything. Most of the time, I feel like I just like it when the characters do a cool scream. That's why I like Kazuyuki, because, there's a lot of reasons. He's really fucking good. Other than that, all the emotions, the crying, the screaming, motherfucker's got it all. But yeah, just I want to preface it with that. I like voice acting, but I don't really know much about what constitutes good acting, I think. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to that one scene in Vinland Saga where Thorfinn was screaming again with the 100 punches thing, when he was asking to get punched more. It kind of reminded me, there's one scene, I hated Vinland Saga Season 1, Season 2 was good, as I said in my last video. But there was this one scene in Vinland Saga Season 1 where Thorfinn, they're fighting against Torkel. Torkel wants to kill Askeladd or whatever. Thorfinn comes up riding on the horse. Torkel punches his fucking horse up in the air. He flies up. And Thorfinn just screams at Torkel, challenging him for the duel. And I watched that scene so many times because I just like the screaming, okay? I just like how the voice actor, whose name I wrote down, Uemura Yuto, okay? Good job on that. And that scene in Season 2 where he pulled his hair back, and he was like, I don't have fucking time for this bullshit. Keep punching me, okay? Let's get this over with. Really good. Also, Jujutsu Kaisen, another positive mention, okay? Enoki Junya. That scene with Kugisaki when he told her to get away from Mahito, that scream, also really good. But I just like when they scream. But the winner for best voice acting this year is Hanamori Yumiri, okay? The voice actress of, if you watch Yuru-Kem Nadeshiko, Kagamihara Nadeshiko, who, that was, I think, the first thing I heard her in, so that's the impression that I have. But I feel like, usually the roles she does, she sounds very different from Nadeshiko, which kind of trips me out every time. Because I swear to God, there were like 5 or 6 moments this year, because she voiced in a lot of shows this year, where I was listening to a character talk, okay? And I was just thinking the entire time, like, man, this girl's got a nice voice. I really like this character's voice. Who's the voice actress for this? And then I look it up and be Hanamori Yumiri. It's fucking Sagiri from Jigokuraku. That one girl from the Dreaming Boy is a Realist, Genjitsu Shugisha. That show was fucking bad, Jesus Christ. She was in that too. Loads of other shows. I literally had that moment today because I'm catching up on Dosanko Gyaru, the Hokkaido Gyaru anime that's airing this season. And she was in there as well. She's the Sayuri, something like that. Akino, I think, was the character's name. I literally had the same moment, except this time I didn't even have to look it up. I was like, damn, this girl has a nice... okay, Hanamori Yumiri. Yeah, sure. Okay, so she, Best Voice Actress Award for this year. Very well deserved. Also, shout out to Yomiya Hina. Great voice. And I will watch her career with great interest. Okay, next categories are Best Boy and Best Girl. For Best Boy, I put down as contenders Mash Burn Dead. I recently watched Mashal, caught up on Mashal. And I don't know what to say, man. I just really like Mash. Okay, he's super fucking. I like OP characters. Okay, he's super fucking strong, but he's got that nice kid energy. I mean, if you watch the first 5 minutes of the first episode, where his granddad or his dad, I guess he keeps calling him Ji-chan, so like it's his granddad, but then the guy himself calls him his son. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. You know, I mean that back and forth where I had where it's like, he's such a nice guy, but then he just wrecks the door. But he feels so sorry about it. He's such a nice kid. How can you not love MASH? Okay, MASH is great. We love MASH. Then also Shima Sosuke. Spoilers: Mitsumi is also gonna be in the category for best girl. Okay, these two were just great. In general, Skip and Loafer, just really good show. Really, really nice romance show. Really enjoyed watching it. Also, one of my favorite scenes of last year's anime was that scene in one of the later episodes of Skip and Loafer, where Mitsumi's crying and then Shima's trying to cheer her up by, singing the song that they're gonna do at the stage play, or I guess that he's gonna do at the stage play, singing the song and making her also sing it even though she doesn't know the lyrics, cheering her up, and then thinking to himself like, man, if she cries over this, how the fuck is this girl gonna become a politician? I just want to put her in a box and keep her away from all the evil in the world. But then actually turns out that Mitsumi can always get back up, and she's actually the one inspiring Sosuke to live his own life again and not be so caught up in his past. Blah 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 blah. Really good scene, really good characters. Really enjoyed these two. And then for best girl, I had a couple of contenders. For example, Akane from Oshinoko. Really like Akane. But I don't know, in the show of Oshinoko, where everyone is on some lying bullshit, nobody can tell their feelings out loud, especially Kana. I like Kana, but it's just kind of annoying. I like Akane more, okay? She's just straightforward, honest, too honest for her own good, obviously, if you watch the show. Then Sagiri from Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku. Again, Hanamori Yuriri, that already gave a big plus point, but in general, I really enjoyed her character throughout the whole show. Then we got Delta from Kage no Jitsirokusha, Eminence of Shadow. I don't think I need to explain that if you watch the show. She's in the best girl category. But the winner for best girl is, of course, Mami from Rent a Girlfriend. That was a joke. This bitch didn't even appear in season 3. The winner for best boy and best girl are obviously fucking Kyo-chan, Ichikawa Kyotaro, and Yamada Anna from Boku no Kokoro no Yamayatsu. Wow, surprise, surprise! I finally managed to mention the show. Managed to get it in here. You knew I wasn't gonna shut the fuck up about this show, okay? I literally I put it in my last video, but I think I mentioned it in literally every video that I make nowadays. So obviously, anime awards. I gotta mention these two. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna explain anything, just watch the show, because guess what? Anime of the year is gonna be Boku no Kokoro no Yamayatsu, The Dangers in My Heart. Yes, of course. What the fuck were you thinking when you clicked on this video? Of course it was gonna be Bokuyama that was gonna take Anime of the Year. Season 2 is airing right now. They just aired episode 18, I think it is, episode 6, the one with the speech. Oh my god, that's probably gonna be best anime episode of this year. Alright, just forget. God, so fucking good. So fucking good. I just love the show, so I'm not even gonna explain myself even more. Just me simping about the show for the last 4 videos should explain enough that this anime is absolutely goated, and you should definitely watch it. But there might be a notable thing that you may be thinking to yourself, wow, this is really missing from this anime awards video. Right. The last episode of Shingeki no Kyojin aired last year. And I haven't mentioned it at all, and that's mainly because, I saw the special before that was also an hour long, also aired last year, but it was kind of like only two-hour things that aired, so it's not even a 12-episode anime. It would be like 4 episodes, so it's barely anything. And then also Shingeki has a bunch of like bad aftertaste coming with it, with all the controversy that came from its ending and the fact that it's they changed studios, and season 4, the first part of season 4 looked like ass. Which people were defending back in the day because they were simping for the animators, but like if it looks bad, it looks bad. Sorry, like yeah, some people worked hard on it, but it looked bad. Then later Mappa got it together. The last 2 episodes looked great again. At that fucking amazing Levi/Mikasa scene at the end, okay, shortly before the fight was all over. It looked great again, but then all the stuff came out about Mappa with the studio, Jujutsu Kaisen, all that shit, blah blah blah, overworked animators. So that was also bad aftertaste. So yeah, just in general, a lot of stuff. Shingeki has a lot of baggage, even though the ending I personally thought was really great. I really didn't get why everyone was so fucking mad about it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, only there was not that much footage that actually aired of the show, and yeah, all the stuff with the animators and the studio change, blah blah blah. A lot of bad aftertaste that comes, or the asterisks that come with Shingeki, even though it's the show of the past decade, came out 2013, ended 2023, and is what got me originally into anime. I would say partly that and Fairy Tail back in 2014, and also it's my favorite anime of all time, literally. So yeah, can't keep it completely out of the discussion, so wanted to mention it at the end. But yeah, just explain why it's nowhere to be found on the list. All right, so these were the Real Anime Awards, which were definitely not too late. It's already mid-February, but guess what? The fucking Crunchyroll Anime Awards are so bad that you could vote until the end of January, and they're not going to come out until March. Okay, so if I get this video edited in time, it's all going to be good, all right? And also they had shit like Chainsaw Man and Bocchi the Rock in there, which I always find annoying. Like, come on, not a single episode of Bocchi the Rock aired in 2023. Why are we talking about it in the 2023 Anime Awards? It's just stupid. But yeah, Bokeyama forever. Guess who's gonna win the Anime of the Year 2024? Season 2, baby.